Hello and welcome back to Chiropterra under Emerald Light. And today we might just see the non-aligned council take over. We'll have to see. But for now, the economist has come into the room. The bit is the bottom line, Spring stated plainly, trotting beside the young reporter that had managed to ambush her at one of her factories in New Meridian. Their laborers worked alongside citizens in surprising, considerate, and sterile conditions. If I pay a laborer more than a citizen, it is because that laborer is more skilled. A skilled worker must be rewarded. Many say your business practices undercut the importance of tradition of our state, Miss Meadow. Flashing bold replies, the young Threstrel, looking around her in amazement as various luxuries were built in record time. Refrigerators, radios, and air conditioners were slapped together on assembly lines that wrapped around the walls. It was hard to believe that Spring Meadow was also governed an entire province from the same factory. Governor Meadow, Miss Bulb, I spent a great deal of time winning that election, and since time is money, I'm going to wring that title for all it's worth. Governor Meadow gently corrected as the tall mare continued trotting along. Tradition is rooted in power. Power comes from the people, and profit also comes from the people. As long as the people are happy, profits are good, business is booming, and our workers are all taken care of. We're still abiding by traditions, just in a new, innovative way. Your circular logic hasn't won you very many friends on the Legionary Council, Governor Meadow. Many are marking you as a corrupt market liberal, as if you were a broker from Celestial's Manhattan. Flashing Bulb noted as she canted her head back curiously. Your response? My first reaction is to hire whoever came up with that slander. It's good, rooted in enough truth to stick to me. Make sure you put that in your column, Miss Bulb. I'll pay them twice as much than whatever bootlicker on the council is offering. I might enjoy a free market, but I enjoy a freer commonwealth more, Spring theorized with a light wave of her hoof. A commonwealth free to be squeezed for your bottom line. Flashing Bulb deadpan to a surprised Spring Meadow. Miss Bulb, I am not one to profit off the people. I merely profit from them. War, expansionism, and segregation are all crippling effects on our economy, and dreadful expensive to justify in marketing. For the sake of our quarterly gains and our posterity, there must be change to a prosperous future. I suppose that makes sense. Okay, I would like you not to go over there. I'd like you to continue being just there. Actually, can I push? I can probably push some here. Why am I not trading? I've got another troop thing preparing. Our auxiliaries cannot be wasted on menial tasks anymore. Some of our most loyal units comprise of auxiliary forces. Therefore, we must integrate them wholly into the Legion. Separate support companies mixed in with regular troops will give our frontline units greater flexibility. Yes. There we go. And there we go! The Kingdom of Wingbardy has been defeated. Just like that. Okay, let me support, come on, just give it to them. This is why I have player-led peace deal on, and gore right here. You know what? I don't care. I'm going and getting state transfer mod on. This is, I am not living in a world with this border. I am sorry. I'll be right back. I'm not dealing with this. Alright, we're back, and I'm just gonna... Yeah, sorry, Luna, but this is the border gore to end border gore. I'm not dealing with this. Plus, I mean, it's kind of the point to give this to the nation we basically have made to be for this purpose. I mean, seriously. And so no, Barony of Rumar, you can't have that random province. There we go. Isn't that better? There. So much better. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, war going on over here? You see, there's some sort of war going on that could be taken advantage of. And I should totally take advantage of it. It's totally not gonna backfire when I have a huge enemy that's expanded southward and was supported by me. Nope, couldn't backfire. Can't think of a single way it could. Yep. The old soldier. Admiral Crescent, flashing bulb snipped, stumbling over herself as she waved her hooves over her head. The young bat was just a short trot away from the famed naval raider. The old cruiser captain was just as intense and strapping as the other newspapers said. He stared at her with the same grit he must have when he raised enemy shores. Ember Crescent, in truth, just wanted to enjoy a simple pint. With his glare did not scare away the little bat. The gray hairs around the stallion's beard bristled with his snort. It's Emerald Crescent now, kid. I'm a civilian. A civilian. Very well. Flashing Bulb stammered out, awkwardly clambering over the short fence of the cafe's patio as she mistook the correction as an invitation. A mistake that elicited another mourning groan from the former naval hero. Citizen Crescent, what do you make of the council policies towards the continued militarization, even in the wake of our beloved Empress' great victory of Equus? Rolling his eyes, the grizzled stallion adjusted his simple suit. The long scars over his face painted a sharp contrast to his mundane attire, save for the empty sleeve of his jacket pinned against his chest. Every citizen has a duty to his country some time ago. That duty cost me my leg. It costed others a great deal more. It was a sacrifice I made willingly, just as willingly as I continue to campaign against continued militarism. We just won a 1,000-year struggle. The solution isn't more battleship, it is about taking care of those who struggle to make that victory possible. Many in the public sympathize with your goals, Citizen Crescent, but there are concerns among the laborers, just as they've said to me now. You wish to improve the situation of the citizens of Chiropterra. What of your indentured assets? Flashing Bulb asked, cutting straight to the point with a loaded question. Emerald Crescent took a deep breath, staring into her eyes with the same determination that let him sacrifice a foreleg to keep a magazine load from exploding. Once they earn the right of citizenship, then I'll fight for them with my every breath. To a better Chiropterra. Interesting. How very interesting. I love the idea. I love this because it's like this old government who is in charge right now is like, war, 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 and we're continuing to send our troops to foreign wars, helping expansion, all this random stuff, and these people are just getting even more annoyed. Like, it feels kind of perfect. Baton was over here yesterday. Believe it or not, old bastard was making eyes at the nurse, and it's his niece for Nightmare's sake. I hope you're still keeping an eye on him, Eternal said with an amused chuckle, shaking a hoof at Autumn as the stallion across from him nursed a nip of whiskey. He's a capable commander, if somewhat distractible. If he tries anything with your nurse, I still have enough clout to arrange an accident. It's been 5 years since you retired, and you're looking like a skeleton, Autumn added, with a prodding laugh to his friend. Don't tell me you found your strength in that paperwork. Truthfully, I think I did, Eternal admitted with a rumbling laugh. The old stallion looked at Autumn with a sympathetic expression. Our purpose for all those years was to ensure the Nightmare's return. Once her victory was secured, it felt like a weight had been taken off my shoulders. Yes, but haven't you felt it too? The aimlessness, like we've been untethered from it all. I don't follow, Autumn lied, all too familiar with the feeling over the last few months since his own retirement. You won, Autumn. What comes next? It's our children's crusade, not ours. The Emperor shall guide them along a truly righteous path. Our soldiers like us, we need to fade away, Eternal admitted as he caught an understanding nodding agreement from Autumn. I felt myself going these last couple months of days. I will be dying soon. You stubborn sod, only you could schedule dying from old age, Autumn grimly stated, leaning forward. Why me? Shouldn't Lucent be here? Nightmare Moon herself would answer a request from you. Perhaps, but you might be insightful in espionage. But you've always had blind spots, Eternal teased, offering a small wooden box to Autumn. Give this to Lucent. When the time comes, I think he'd seek your permission regardless. One last gift for Lucent. There you go. Now you can finally finish up your thing. The funeral. The former Lord Commander Eternal Eclipse has died. One of the principal architects of Operation Moonshine success laid at long last in peace. He was found clutching 2 letters to his chest by a laborer that worked in his estate. The first was a sealed copy of his will. The second was an estimated time of death. The old soldier meticulous to the last, as he made sure to keep his death on schedule. By the time word reached Equus, the legionary council had already opened the seal of Eternal's will. Alas, the late hero, ever vigilant, had already put together plans for his own funeral. The only change the council would implement would be at the Empress' request. There would be no pallbearers. Nightmare Moon herself would carry the late Lord Commander's casket to his modest grave among the ancestral burial grounds of the Ursa Legion. Eternal had never been one for spectacle, but Lucent ceded that it was perhaps the greatest honor his grandfather deserved. Unlike the parades that followed in the wake of Moonshine, there was no music, no celebration. The Night Empress carried the eternal casket through the streets of the capital, with only the best of Urza's legion's hooves behind her. A nation mourns. Yeah, that one. And not, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's the right one. Armored trains. Railways are the backbone of our logistics, no matter the amount of trucks we may have. It is important that we provide the critical set of military infrastructure with the means to defend itself. By implementing the use of armored trains, we can not only improve the defense of our logistics, but also some units dedicated to protecting railways to be used elsewhere. And sure, let's just start justifying on them next. Because why not? This shouldn't take long at all. The Governor's Pact. The last interview Flashing Bulb received from Carrot Stick was hardly exclusive. The typically subdued and startling, well-informed Thrustrel she had first met in New Bales strode out into the packed auditorium in New Akatili. Beside him stood Spring Meadow, in a regal dress and ember crescent, in his simple, nearly ratty suit. Rather than packed into the crowded rows of reporters desperately attempting to fling questions and snap photos, Flashing Bulb stood comfortably to the side of the stage with a clipboard in her hoof. It was likely Carrot that told Spring it was Flashing who first compared her broker on Manhattan, and true to her word, Governor Meadow really was willing to pay 3 times what the new Acuity acquirer could. In fact, she was willing to buy the newspaper itself. The pay raise and promotion unsettled Flashing's journalistic integrity somewhat, but in the weeks that followed, none of the growing cable known as the Governor's Pact made any attempt to censor her. Moreover, the more she followed the trio, it became readily apparent how genuine they were. A spy, an industrial son, a bitter veteran, truly appeared to be the best hope for a free Chiropterra. And this was the culmination of it all. An official announcement. Carrot Stick took the name, of course. Governor's Pact. His speech was rousing, empowered, each word carrying the weight of a stallion that knew what the crowd needed to hear, not what they wanted to hear. He spoke of a dream gifted from the Nightmare herself, of a united Commonwealth, one born from the sacrifices of their ancestors, but one freed from their mistakes, one devoted to their Empress, but liberated from their own chains. Flashing skepticism melted away, then, lost in her applause as she clapped from the forefront of history. The Governor's Pact, our way forward. Yes. Nice. Now I have time to get that off. I'm not worried about it. The little guy's gone. There we go. Now you charge forward and just try to take the capital. And boom, there's our capital. As Threstrian forces approached the cultural capital of Graphonia, the mayor of Aquilia, ignoring the orders and demands of the Aquilian government, declared it to be an open city. It is clear he wished to protect historical landmarks and to avoid repeating the devastation suffered by the city in 785 when Emperor Grover II had burned it down to punish the Aquilians for rebelling against his rule. Nevertheless, there were reports of limited artillery bombardment before the attackers entered the open city, but thankfully the famous boulevards and museums remain unscathed. The City of Light has been extinguished. Well, not completely. We didn't destroy stuff. That's better than the Griffin kind did to them. I will be specifically demanding for the thresholds. Come on, how dare you? Good. Okay, I can get this much. Alright, and I think that's all I can convince them to give. And then the ones that Lunar Empire took, I'm sorry, I'm giving that to them. Sorry, Luna. Hawkland, apparently Hawkland just got to be free. Good on you, good for you, Hawkland, lucky. Lucky for you, I guess. Alright, troops, head up here. Hopefully they can handle the other front. I mean, come on, they should be able to. And yeah, I have time still, plenty. Effective, hard to detect, and dangerous. It is easy to see. It is easy to see why the Legionnaire Council has favored the development of the submarines. Our current hulls are out of date, and if we wish to have our wolf packs to be the most dangerous at the sea, we will have to give them the tools to be successful. The loose lips of Contia. cantina. Chiropterra was on the principle of change. Political leaders maneuvered around each other. The governor's packs and the council debating the needs of the state against a background of turmoil rippling across the world. Something that needlessly heightened tensions of the loose lips cantina and New Achiti. Empty Pint owned Loose Lips since his discharge from the legions 15 years ago. He served every pony that could afford a drink, laborer, legionnaire, and even a few heretics that knew how to shut their mouths when the moonspeakers were to join some libertines. This liberal approach landed him in hot water with the authorities, but his service to the Nightmare and some discounts to local officials kept him from anything more than some fines. In the last 3 months, though, Empty Pint had been breaking up fights left and right. While debates on policy at the national level were largely cordial, Empty found that whenever you got liquor and politics into ponies, things got heated. And the only thing on the ponies' minds right now was the future. The council or the pact, labor's rights or harsher laws, egalitarianism, or meritocracy, the Emperor's role as their supreme leader, or guiding hoof. It was maddening, but it made Empty regret not listening to his cousin. He should have gotten his weapons. No pony ever went broke selling weapons. His only hope was that his decision on the way forward would be made soon, and from what he could tell, a civilian government was on the horizon. The rule of the council is favored. Civilian rule is on the horizon. How do you know? Okay. They have a non-aggression pact. Why did you sign a non-aggression pact? Oh my... Seriously, Luna? From their point of view, now those non-aligned are going to take over because we can't show our strength. Luna. Plus, look at that border. I was hoping to just change it real quick because, oh, I can just jump in, change the border like that. You know, it wouldn't take long. Apparently not. No one can see a thing. No one can see a thing. Oh, what happened? Oh, they must, Luna must have understood and, broke her non-aggression pact. Yeah, that's what happened. Thank goodness. Woo. Man, thank goodness he was so willing to break that non-aggression pact so quickly. Man, it was so fast. Gas attacks, go! Yeah, these gas attacks are doing pretty well. Okay. Boy. I'm just gonna wait a few days to click on that because I want to make sure that I can like get this off and stuff like that because I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna work. Okay, there we go. And, you can just go back to being told to push. Okay. Actually, yeah, I want to let this finish. There we go. The government. Well, we'll read this event, see our new focus tree, and learn about our new government in the next episode. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And, as always, peace.